An RV reported on fire.
An RV caught fire overnight in Lemon Grove.
This RV went up in flames.
I'm here to share a frankly terrifying story about an electrical installation gone bad. And this slide tray was actually sparking. Does anybody who ever works on this know whether those are powered or not? No, you're going to be terrified. Good morning. We are in Redmond, Oregon at the famous Penpac, working on some truck camper fixes. And we got ourselves into a bit of a mess there.
A lot of issues here.
Oh, wow.
We haven't got the nose piece off yet. We're working that, but if you...
That's not the purpose of this video. I'm here to share a frankly terrifying story about an electrical installation gone bad. Luckily, there was nobody hurt in this, but honestly, if this was let go for much longer, that may not be the case. So, in order to protect both the innocent and the negligent, we are going to eliminate those names. This woke me up last night. I actually had nightmares about this situation, so we're going to tell you what happened and hopefully give some ideas of something that you can do if you're in this situation. We are sharing this as a cautionary tale, though. I'm not saying that all dealership installs are bad, or even all of the installs at this particular dealership are bad. The challenge is you can't always trust that a dealership is going to be installing things accurately, especially when it comes to these more complex, high amperage battery and inverter installations. All right, well, let's get into this story. We have a new member of the host family. They just got their host Cascade a month or so ago. They had originally put down money for the Cascade in January, expecting it to be 9 to 12 months down the road. But their dealer was able to get a host Cascade within 3 months. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for them to be able to use the camper during the summer, which is great. The only challenge was that that camper did not include host's typical off-grid package. Like many of us, they also wanted to go boondocking and go without hookups for a while and maybe use their air conditioner for bits of time. The dealership said that they can install the battery and inverter system that would meet their needs. They ended up going with 2 of the awesome Battleborn Game Changer batteries, the 270 amp hours. So they had 2 of those plus a 3,000 watt Go Power inverter. They agreed on the price and they were going to come back in a few weeks to pick up the camper with that install. When they went to pick up the camper, the dealer went through all of the systems to kind of explain stuff. They took the camper home and they showed this to one of their neighbors, and that person started questioning how this was installed in the camper. Host campers have large trays that we affectionately call Cadaver trays, but they're storage trays. All of these will have varying sizes depending on which battery configuration you choose. The inverter and batteries they recommended would not fit on the basement floor past the slide-out tray. Unfortunately, the dealer didn't look at other host campers to see how some of the larger electrical installs were handled, nor did they contact host. The simple solution to this problem would have been for them to replace the tray with a shorter version. That shorter tray allows you space to install an inverter and batteries with adequate room. For some unknown reason, the dealership ended up putting one of these batteries in a sliding tray. And I'm going to say this again. This is a sliding tray. Put in a 3,000 watt inverter and feet of battery cable in here in order to handle the slide coming in and out. Obviously, what the company should have done was to contact host and get a smaller tray. They found out that they had an issue when they actually touched the tray and it was sparking. They are so lucky that this didn't become another fire that we see on Facebook. I'm gonna jump in here, but you can see that red cable. That white tape is a result of complete fraying within just weeks, which is not surprising. You're dealing with high amounts of metal in this area and movement. There's so many other things that are wrong with this system, but I'm not gonna go into that now. Luckily, they're in the right place where Dan is going to help bring this up to actual safety standards. Needless to say, this couple is thankfully now here at Penpac, likely for several days to get this system into a more safe state so they can go back home, ending their vacation early. And this slide tray was actually sparking. Does anybody who ever works on this know whether those are powered or not? No, you're going to be terrified. Those battery cables that are coming through, they're just completely left around here. So you've got somebody new coming into this system seeing these red battery cables just lying around. Even more amusing is that I'm just going to cut things off and leave them completely open. And of course you never actually use your tray to put crap in. We're putting this in for comfort, but if we're bypassing safety, what's the point? After a few days of rework on this camper, I'm going to show you what they ended up with. I'm not going to sneak in there too far, but smaller tray, nice little area for the batteries over there with an aluminum piece in the front to keep them down, as well as straps. Nice power. I think that's the shunt over there. I'm pretty sure it is. They didn't have a shunt before, so now they do, along with a little the BMV. And definitely the cables were increased in size to 4/0, being more appropriate. Definitely looks a heck of a lot cleaner, and they're going to be ready to go. So what can you do if you're having the dealer install a lot of these electrical upgrades? Unfortunately, the answer isn't very easy. Make sure to go through all of the systems with your dealer. Ask about maintenance, ask about troubleshooting. But in these situations, especially if you're not familiar, you may want to consider getting an independent certified RV technician to come in and look at the install. If you think about it, you get somebody to check out a vehicle, a used vehicle, before you buy it. This is kind of like that same insurance. It's just kind of get a once-over before you finally pay for that thing. So have you had any situations similar to this? If so, comment below. This is a really good lessons learned opportunity for lots of folks. Hope to see you on the next trail, and stay safe. We're not sure, but we're seeing a bit of a bow in this area. We're gonna wait and chat with Dan. But on the plus side, we have fantastic airflow.